We now have Joseph Hatcher versus Xavier Jenkins. The thing we want to point out about Joseph Hatcher is that he is currently undefeated. He is an undefeated freshman. You don't get too many of those.
This is a rematch of a match that was wrestled in a dual meet about 2 weeks ago. And it was a tale of two matches within one. The Jenkins seemed to have control of the match early on, and then Hatcher fought his way back into it. There were a couple of caution points against Xavier. The match went into overtime, and Hatcher got the takedown, like you said, right on the line. We talk about line wrestling. He got the takedown right on the line, and won the match in overtime. Jenkins is 24-2 on the season. His other loss is to a state-ranked wrestler up at the Hunterdon Central Christmas Tournament Final. This should be an exciting match. Doing the match, Rich Gercio is the head ref, and the assistant ref is Anthony Zullo. And as if you've watched any of our other weight classes before, and we'll mention it every weight class, that the central chapter of the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association was generous enough to provide the funding needed to produce these videos, and we appreciate their support. Of course, I'd also like to throw a shout out to Stu Cohn, who kind of organizes that whole thing for us for the GMC. Stu's a referee assigner, and you know. Jenkins with a takedown, got in on the leg, lifted the leg, kicked him out, took him down. If Xavier wrestles with confidence, he's pretty tough. It's when he gets inside his head a little bit, his own self-doubt, you know. So now, this is where he had problems in the earlier match. A couple of cautions. So tends to lose concentration on the starting position a little bit.
There's something that I've learned about Xavier is that he is very comfortable leaving his feet to perform a move.
And he's also he can. There's a stall call. He's also very funky. He if you shoot in on him, he will get into that funk position, and and you know, really fight a takedown.
8 seconds remaining. Hatcher going for a quick switch, looking for a reversal.
And no points. It'll remain 2-0 Jenkins after the first period. Jenkins wins the flip there, chooses down, defense. Oh, it's funny being here at Piscataway and for many, many years and watching and his escape for Xavier very quickly, 3 seconds in, he now leads 3-0. A lot of times we've had, like, you know, the middle school and recreation wrestlers helping out with being table runners and whatnot. And Joe's been one of those kids. He's been on the ladder, putting numbers on the board. So I've gotten to know him a little bit, and he really is a nice kid. And of course, being from Old Bridge, I know Xavier really, really well. He's really a super, super kid. So this is two kids. This is the present, the present and the future. You know, if you look at it, you got a senior and a freshman really, really going head to head out there. But you're going to hear a lot more about Joseph Hatcher over the next 4 years.
I could say then that neither one of these two have won the GMC championship.
Well, obviously, one's a freshman, and no, and Xavier hasn't won it either.
So Hatcher almost hits a head and arm. Yeah. And Xavier almost counters.
Yes.
And they both land out of bounds. So it's 3-1 with 1:13 remaining. Excuse me, 3-0 with 1:13 remaining. I tell you what, something else I'm impressed with is just the speed of this match. Referee Rich Gercio had some words for the contestants, probably about, you know, making sure that you stop wrestling after you hear the whistle.
Hatcher, who came in as the top seed by virtue of his defeat over Jenkins in the dual meet earlier, has won 2 of his matches by fall, 1 in 38 seconds, and then in the quarters this morning in 1:40, and then defeated Marcus Payne of Woodbridge 8-3 in the semifinal to get to this point. Xavier won his first match this morning by injury default. Last night. And then pinned in the quarterfinals this morning. And then defeated Dan Hedden of South Plainfield, the number 3 seed, 5-3.
This is very impressive how Xavier is fighting off this takedown and how he's very careful in choosing what to try to escape from and what to try to take.
Like I said,
Hatcher just missed a takedown on the edge of the mat.
Javi's a great scrambler. He is a tremendous scrambler.
I tell you what, as a freshman, Hatcher's no joke.
Oh, no, not at all. Not at all. He's the real deal. I mean, like I said, I've heard it. I saw it. I knew it was coming. And I didn't get to see him until the dual meet. And in the dual meet, I mean, absolutely.
He's very quick, very strong. We're going into the third period. Hatcher chooses defense. Xavier now is going to have to ride him out, at least for a good portion of the match.
And what Javi did there is he's already got a stall warning, so he couldn't afford to be up holding that leg for an extended period of time. So he basically let it go and gave Hatcher the escape. So it's 3-1.
1:34 remaining. Hatcher is the second Piscataway finalist we've seen tonight.
Second in a row of 3. They've got another one at 160 coming up as well.
1:12 remaining. You can tell. You can start to hear the crowd really starting to get behind Hatcher.
And obviously, what you have too is Hatcher being the freshman sensation. At 160, we're going to talk about last year's freshman sensation. But let's finish the 152 match. There's a minute to go. Hatcher's shooting. Javi's defending.
55 seconds remaining.
Crowd's getting louder. 45 seconds. Stall call against Jenkins, that's a point.
He's hit on a stall call when he's sprawling from a shot. Now the thing is, that's 3 shots in a row. Now, you know, it's something that most people don't realize is that referees are actually told to, take a look at how many shots in a row before you call stalling. And if you see a big difference there, a big disparity, we should be called stalling. We have a wild scramble here. Both wrestlers have their ankles. We really don't know where this is going to end up. There's 22 seconds left.
This is who wants it more. This is who wants it more right now. And I'll tell you, this is where Javi sometimes is at his best and at his worst. 5, 4, we're at 3 seconds, back in the center.
Now the thing
3
is,
seconds back in the center.
you got a takedown, and you got a call, stalling in 3 seconds.
And there it is. It's over.
Your new GMC champion at 152, Xavier Jenkins from Old Bridge. Wow!
From Old Bridge, Xavier.
I can't tell you enough how impressed I am with Hatcher. What a good competitor, both of these two.